So guys, once a week we're going to be doing Q&As. My favorite question will be turned into a short or a video. So make sure you guys submit them ahead of time so we can do this. Let me go ahead and open this bad boy up so we can get full-on mass cam here. Yeah, right there. All right. Feeling good in the neighborhood. All right, let's go to the question 1, which is from Matt Scary, good friend of mine. What's the best thing about being White Kanye the Great? And what's the worst thing about being White Kanye the Great? Well, and there's a 2-part question. We'll get to the second part in a moment here. Best thing about being White Kanye? Well, it's the respect, the creativity, the freedom that I have in real life. When you walk into a building, everyone knows that's the guy. That's the guy. It's something I can't even explain, truthfully. That's why I think I found much success in real life, not necessarily over the internet. It's hard to really connect with people like I do in person. But I'm doing the best I can, and I think I'm doing a fine job. Now, worst part about being White Kanye, well, it's the cumbersome bulletproof vests, the bulletproof helmets, needing to have entourages, security, extra eyes, drivers. It is so cumbersome. But it's the cost of being a supervillain. All right. Next question that Matt has is, what do you like most about being a gamer? I would have to say that feeling of figuring out a new game, cracking it, and then just like cracking the code and figuring it out and just going from there and just taking off. Like, I feel like that with Battlefield. I felt like that with Cyberpunk, with Destiny, mini games, even here on GTA. Once you figure something out and you're like, oh wow, and you get into a rhythm, and now you're like a pro gamer now. I love that. All right, thank you, Matt, for that question. Let's go on to our next question here. Great question, though, Matt. Great question. Let's go ahead and go to question number 2. This one's from XP. XP writes in, how is it like to sleep with the mask on? And number 2, how do you wash your hair with a mask on? I'm curious. Well, that's the best part about being a supervillain, is I have a secret identity. I don't have to wear the mask everywhere I go. I could actually sneak into an event without all the gear and have all the gear already, hidden like in a stall somewhere, and I go in there and change and all kinds of, options, right? So, no, I don't sleep with a mask, but I have slept with a mask on and it sucked. Hold on, someone's here. They want me to get in their car, I think. But yeah, no, it's, I just wash it normally because I, have a secret identity, is the point. All right, so, great question though, XP, great question. A lot of people probably wonder that. Okay, let's head on over to question 3. Little boss, what can we do to get more viewers to watch this awesome content? Can we get an update on Mr. Bruce? More things that we could do to grow this content? Well, keep doing what you're doing. Submitting questions, showing up. Like, are you here, little boss, watching? I don't know. I haven't looked down. I can't even read, really. I'm barely being able to read this shit. But yeah, I can't wait to put I just figured out what I'm going to do with the mask. Anyways. Yeah, we just got to keep on telling our friends. Keep on hitting that like button. Keep on subbing. Keep on showing up and supporting your boy, White Kanye the Great. Do what you can, not what you can't. And then also update on Bruce. He is the co-host of my podcast. We're actually working on changing the whole podcast format. It will no longer, I believe, be on Brothers OG. I am going to be making the podcast and bringing it over here to this channel. And Bruce is doing very well. I see him every week, all the time, at one of the grows that I work at. So, great question, little boss. Let's go ahead and go to question 4. This one's from my good old buddy Z. Met him over on Pip Streams. Got to go check out Crazy Fam. All right, Z. How does it feel to be friends with the legend Z? Well, it feels great. I got to meet Z today. 1, great voice. Great voice, much better than my voice, but hey, I'm not letting my voice stop me from taking over the world or get famous. But yeah, Z's a great guy. Very supportive, super dope dude, all the way from the East Coast. And then will you ever hit 5,500 glory? Most likely, considering how much I play Destiny, yes, I will definitely be hitting that next couple months, maybe. I'll make it a priority somewhat to hit that, just because you've asked me. Thank you, Z, for that question. Great question. All right, let's head on to question 5. Little Matt Scary. This one's from Little Matt Scary. How do we take down the Corpos? Once the Corpos are defeated, what is the world vision of White Kanye the Great? Well, taking down the Corpos really is simple. Okay, that's the simplest one. It's uniting and demanding, no matter the cost, for White Kanye to take over the world. Now, the other thing is my vision. Well, I envision a world of diversity and kind of like, it's a very small example, but we meet people from around the world here, right? There's no prejudice, racism here. We don't hold anyone higher than anybody else, but we do make a lot of fucked up jokes. But that just shows that we're very equal with everybody in the world, and I want to see a world that's a little bit more connected. A lot of times I feel like, people think they're better than this person or that person, but at the end of the day, we're all human beings. The only thing that made me different was I put a mask on, called myself White Kanye the Great. You see what I mean? There's little things that we could do, but the biggest thing that I want to see is more unity in the world, truthfully. I think there'd be a lot less violence and war if we were just a little more understanding. Maybe some more foreign exchange student programs. Well, these kids need to go around the world, start learning some other languages. I wish I knew how to speak French, Russian, and German all right now. Maybe even a little bit of Paquito Spanish. A little Paquito. Okay, whatever. Next question. Thank you, Little Boss, for that. That was nice. Number 6 on our last question of the night. Bong Man. Where do babies come from? Babies come from mothers and their vaginas after much sexual intercourse has happened. And after 9 months of waiting and baking in the oven, a baby pops out of a vagina, and there you have a baby. Why? Are you about to be a father, Bong Man? I'd love to see that, and if I could be the godfather, do not ask me. I don't want to be the godfather. Anyways, thank you, Bong Man, for that question. Very nice, very nice. Remember, if you guys want to be featured in these Q&As, make sure you guys tune in and submit questions on our community page or Discord, and we'll get to your question next week. All right, cool.